G'day, it's Mark here at K-technik at the Combi Life facility today, and we're looking at the new Transit Trail, which is the equivalent of the Volkswagen new Transporter. And what we're looking at specifically is the new Underseat Power Stations for your new Transporter or new Trail. There are solutions for both the bench seat models as well as the optimal single seat models. You can see we've swiveled the passenger seat around. We're going to take a close look at what's taking place here in this Trail. So K-technik has advanced its traditional underseat power station systems to now include an advanced system for this new model with a totally redesigned seat base and now a totally redesigned underseat power station. So I'll turn that screen on. And so we've got 55% on this particular battery, but that is an enormous amount. In fact, that 55%, that's more than we had in our previous generation 160 underseat batteries. This is a 314 underseat power station. So 55%, we've got what, that's at least 150 plus another 5% of that. So at least 150, so 160 amps. So it's really the equivalent of what we had before at 55%. This will be replenished with the new Red Arc Alpha 50. So that's a 50 amp DC-DC charger that has some very important self-recovery functions where we can actually jumpstart virtually the starting battery should the starting battery become flat through a self-recovery mode where it puts 50 amps for 15 minutes to the other battery, the starting battery. It also has a cool solar pass-through mode. But back to the battery itself, the battery is tucked underneath this seat and suspended in there at 314. That's the same methodology we have for the junior version at 173. So this exact setup can be had with a 173 or a 314. The reason you may choose to go with a 314 is that you elect to then have the underseat inverter here as well. So the underseat inverter gives us 2,500 watts continuous, 2,500 watts continuous, and it further delivers up to 5,000 plus watts of inrush current for some of those really heavy duty electrical appliances that we may choose to use. So this is connected back to the 314, and we have a double GPO on the front here, and then with our extension kit, our CMS extension kit, we have another double GPO at the back, which we're about to see in a minute. Back to the battery, the other ways that we can utilize the power station is we have two Anderson here at 50 amps. We also have here multiple USBs. In fact, we have three of them here. I mean, that's more than you really need, but there's three here, three USB-Cs at 65 watts, three USB-As, 3.0, and further, we have some SIG sockets here as well. So we know a lot of our customers like to run a refrigerator or even a dual zone fridge freezer, perhaps in this position, maybe temporarily in the vehicle, maybe not. But that is more than capable of keeping that dual zone fridge freezer, say CFX95 for example, running for many days in that mode. So let's have a look at the back of the vehicle and we shall see the additional ports at the back. Let's take a look at that. They're going to be a little bit hard to see here because of the fit out that is currently within the vehicle, but just down here below, just down there, you can maybe see, I've just got my hands on it now, there is two 240 outlets just down there, so that when we then, it's a bit hard to see, but then when we pull this out, we'll pull the kitchen out here, we're now able to run on our extension here, we'll be able to run our kettle, our toaster, microwave, air fryer, or more importantly, most commonly, the induction cooker. So there's a new 2300 watt induction cooker, twin position induction, 2300 continuous watts, which the power station and the inverter will be able to supply very comfortably. Further on this side, we can see here the 12 volt expansion. So coming from that driver's side underseat power station, I can press that button and see the exact same display I can also access all of this information via the app. And again, we have the USB-C 65 watt power delivery times 2, a 12 volt SIG, an additional charging port if we, for some crazy reason, want to have even more power stations in here. And then also we have this 2 times 50 amp Anderson connectors here. For this one here is currently running this side, it's running our fridge and our sink pump, but we could also add an additional fridge down here or additional 12 volt items at the back. The other reason we can use those Andersons is for something like a solar blanket. So if we're parked up a few days and we want to continue replenishing without running the engine to run the 50 amp Red Arc Alpha charger, then we could run the solar panel out like I sometimes do in the east in the morning, and then at north and at lunchtime, and then out to the west in the afternoon, and just keep that topped up. If the battery is full, our power station system with the Red Arc Alpha will pass through that power through to the starting battery when we're using the Red Arc Alpha. You're able to use this power station with your preferred DC-DC chargers, whether that be a Victron, an Energive, a BM Pro, which are projected, whichever you choose to use, but we do strongly recommend the Red Arc because it is just so feature packed, and to boot, it's made here in Australia, in Lonsdale, just in Adelaide. So we welcome your comments and your feedback on this new setup for the Volkswagen new Transporter and the Ford Transit Custom, as well as the Tourneo passenger vehicle equivalent, the new Caravelle, which is available around the world and hopefully soon in Australia as well, and also for your camper conversions and trade conversions or your disability access conversions as well. These power stations are very, very useful to have it all packed under the seat. 314 in this vehicle, also available as a 173. It really comes down to how much power will you consume and how quickly can you replenish it, perhaps via rooftop solar or regular driving, and so on. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave some comments down below. Click the bell after you're subscribed if you want to hear about more updates straight away. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget you can power anything with K-technik.